And now, Mishra, the Sakina Torah Lamed, now we explain in the Malmo the questions of some of the Be'atuna asked Rabbi Yeshua ben Hanania and the answers he gave them. V'zeyu, that's what it says in the Gemara in the beginning of the Malmo, the Sava the Be'atuna, the sages of Athens asked Rabbi Yeshua ben Hanania, Mishra the Sakina, a garden of knives, of blades. What's alluded to in Sakina is B'chinas Chochmet HaTorah. The Sakina, the blade that we're talking about, the Sakina is Chochmet HaTorah. And B'chinas Malchus Shu Limud. In other words, it's through the Malchus, which is the lowest Seichel, you'll learn and understand and absorb the Seichel Eliyah. B'chinas, why the Sakina is Lashon Limud, is as the donkey told Bilam Ha'asken Iskanti, have I ever shown you such a, have I ever taught you like that? Have I ever, showed you Ha'asken Iskanti Lishon Limud Kitargumu Hamilaf Lifno? Am I taught to behave to you like that? Have I ever behaved to you before like that? That's why Sakina alludes to Limud, which is the Malchus. And another reason why Sakina is the Malchus, because Sakin, a knife, Yivchas Cherev Noikemes, that's an avenging sword. Shu B'chinas Malchus. The Malchus is Midas Adin that avenges the Rishon. By the way, the beard is Tleisal Tikkun Adikna. In Germany, during the medieval times, it was dangerous for the Jews to go around with beards. They would go between towns. They would be recognized because everybody was shaven at those times. The Goyim were all shaven those times. So anybody who was a beard was by definition a Jew and was Sakonas Nefashos. So what they did is they removed their beards. They removed their beards with the sun, with a kind of chemical. They removed it. But later on, during the Enlightenment, quote unquote, then the German Jews already, the men would have beards. Why burn your face with a chemical? Go a nice blade. A shik or whatever, a bick, a shik or whatever it's called. It is, two blades and triple blade, four blade, closer shik. Yeah. It's 5 for service. As anybody who shaves with a blade is like eating pork 5 times. Yeah. And then they started shaving with the blade. Reb Nosson says in Likutei Moharan, he says that because they shave with a blade, they pass a blade, a knife, on the place of Tikkun Adikna, which is the Rachamim, which is the beard, the certain rectification of the beard. The end will be, it says, Cherev Noikemes Nekan Bris, that a blade that avenges the revenge of Bris is going to come and annihilate everybody. He said this 150 years before the Holocaust. Meishra. What is Meishra? We said this is Sakina. Okay. We said now we're talking about the garden. Meishra. What is Meishra? What is a garden? Rashi Arugo. Arugo means a patch, like a cabbage patch, like a little patch of land where you grow the arugo. That's called in Lashon Kodesh called arugo. Now, how many, like they say when you have a certain space in Ilchas Kalayim, that you're not allowed to plant two different seeds of different sort together. It's Kalayim. So they say, okay, so let's say that you have a square and you want to plant 5 different kind of vegetables. Yeah. So what can you do? So they say what you can do, you can take the square, and divide it into 5 mini squares, 5 arugos, 1 in the middle, and 4 in the side. So they only meet at the corners. Then it's not called.
Should be 4.
What?
Should be 4.
No. They cannot be one next to the other.
Right.
They cannot be one next to the other. There has to be a revach between them. But the corners might meet. So each patch is called aruga. It's called aruga. There's also union of ayel tarug. Ergo also means a quelling, a wishing, a longing. Shon ergo, ayel tarug lafike mayim. So arugo. זה לבחינת זעקס מוישה. He said this is the crying of the malchus when the malchus falls into the sitra achra. כמו שכוסף כאייל תרוג, like a deer that is crying out and is humming. So aruga is a lotion of calling out, that the malchus is calling out and is screaming for having fallen into the 4 Malchios of the Sitra, the 4 kingdoms of the Sitra Achas. This is Mesha the Sakino. That is the calling out, the cry of the Malchus. Mesha the Sakino is the cry of the Malchus that fell into the Sitra Achra. Mashamu Bamai Katlilo says, in what do you kill it? In what do you chop it off? Rashi says, "B'may chotchin oisa." With what do you cut it out? What do you pare it out? How do you bone it? How do you take the meat of the bone? How do you take the malchus out? How do you, with the knife? How do you pare the malchus outside of the sitra achar? B'may choischin u'mavdil nis malchus anal. With what do you cut and separate the malchus? Kidela tzilo mezaok anal. In order to save it from a state of this cry, of this anguish, and suffering. B'vchinas chodchoy la'arba, cut it into 4, in order to cut it from the 4 kingdoms of Ta'acha. Ve'eshiv le'u shemachan answered them, bekarno dechamo, with a horn of a donkey. What is karno dechamo? Hainu aladei toichecho, through the admonishment. When the tzaddik admonishes, it calls you out, puts you in your place, and points out the things that I'm doing wrong. This reveals the chesed. With this chesed, you cut out the dalet, which is the malchus. How much do you reap? You reap according to the chesed. In other words, everybody is sowing their fields. How much do you reap according to the chesed that you did? Karno, and this is embedded in the words in Al-Piremez of Keren, Karna the Chamra, a horn of Chamra. And Al-Pipshat is donkey. Karna is Keren, is Kol HaMechiach, that's the voice of the admonisher, the one who calls you out, the one who calls you to order. B'vchinas Keren HaShofar, that's like the horn of the shofar. That's what, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu told the Navi, tell the people what they're doing wrong, he told them, Harem k'shofar kolecha v'hagid le'ami pisham. Raise your voice like a shofar and tell my people what their crimes are. Reveal to them. In other words, so the voice of the Mechiach is the call of the shofar. It's the voice of the shofar. So we have that Keren alludes to the principle that through the teichach of the tzaddik is megala b'chesed. Chamra, donkey. Ze b'chinas Yisachar chomer garam. We said that Yisachar is like a donkey, chomer garam. B'chinas b'nei Yisachar yoyna bina de'itim. The b'nei Yisachar is the deepest. Yisachar was the deepest of all the shvatim. Each one had a different milah. Yisachar was the deepest cup of all the shvatim. Bnei Yisachar yoyde bina leitim. They knew bina leitim, which means they were the one who mekadosh the shana. They are the one that if they, you see when you saw the Ibor, when the moon is like this, when the moon is like that, you know, to set the times. That's the deepest of the Chochmas of Torah. This is the children of Issachar, Bnei Issachar. They are the one. They are the deep heads, you know, the cone heads, as they say. You know, they're the smart ones. They're the deep ones. They're the one who understands. They were, so when they're Yoed Bnei Issachar, they were called a donkey. We'll get to that a little bit, why Dafka the donkey has to do with the Chochmah. But right now, the Rebbe goes into Yoda Bino Leitim. Chomra is a remez of Issachar. What was Issachar doing? Issachar was the one who was setting the calendar. Right? Yoda Bino Leitim, that's with that Bino. What does it do? When you set the calendar, what do you determine? You determine when the Yom Tovim are going to be... Right?
Yeah.
You set the calendar, you determine when the Yom Tov are going to be. Which means, Yom Tov, this is Megala de Rotzain, right? This is the call out the Rotzain. So it is the Rotzain, so the Gila Rotzain, the Gila of Yom Tov and Kedushas Yom Tov, everything is Tolo in Issachar, which is the Tzaddik. Since the Regolim are Tolo in Issachar, and it says about Issachar is Chol Golem, he's like a donkey. So donkey is a remez of the Regolim. It goes all the way around. Now a little bit of a shtickle explanation. Is I say, you know, the Teichecho, it is true. Let's just finish this thing before we get into it. It says it's true the Teichecho. So the karno, the chamla, the teichecha of the tzaddik, you elevate the machus of the regolim or upon him to inject the machus with longevity. Shubchinas bina leitim. Why is Issachar called chamla golem? We call it a donkey. It's a very stoic animal. You put stuff on it, and it just carries. And he just takes it. That's an Eisel Chumer. That's an Eisel. It takes. You can see the walking and like whenever you see it, the Arab, they go with there's a donkey and there's a huge problem. No problem. The Chumer just go tick. It's just like. They said about Issachar Chomer Golem, we said it many times. Chomer Golem, Vayet Shichmo Lisbon. So Issachar Chomer Golem, he says that Vayar Menucha Kitoi, Vayet Shichmo Lisbon. He saw that Menucha is good, and he went to work. He went to suffer a yoke. This is whoa. If Menucha is good, where are you going to work? What are you going to suffer? If you see Menucha is good, resting is good, go to the swimming pool, sit by the, whatever it is, a little drink. This is no. Issachar was the deepest cup. He was Yoda Bino Leitim. He realized a person must suffer in this world. He has to work in this world. The main suffering that we suffer is not from the work and the pain that we go through, but the fact that we don't want to suffer, we don't want the pain, the minute we get, I can't believe I'm going through this. Leave me alone already. But if you're a makabel, what can I do? Well, you want to take some blood? Well, I take some blood. So you may feel the pain, but you don't suffer. Issachar understood Vayar Menucha Kitov. He saw that the only way to go through this world is Menuchas HaNefesh. When you have Menuchas HaNefesh, you can really reflect on what's your role in the world, what's your life all about, and live them that way. This you can only do if you accept what's coming your way with equanimity. Second, I accept. I'm going to come home, my wife is going to scream at me, she's going to say, well, you're this, well, you're that, whatever is going to come. Usually, I come home, and I say, of course, such a Shabbos. unbelievable. I come home, I get it. What you do? You didn't do. The whole thing goes, and I can't. A person curses Alavadi, he wasn't even born. Masha'inkin, if you see, someone going to come home, whichever way it's going to be, even if he's going to experience it, it's fine, no problem. Exactly. You come. Even if it does happen, it's no baya. Al pirog, when you come like this, for kiat, it's nice. So the ina chamor golem is you accept yourself to carry. That's the main chokhmah. The main chokhmah is it's also the way that you can accept the toichacha from the tzaddik. That I'm like a donkey. Let him put on me. I'm causing him enough tzar. So he dumps on me. Because I'm causing the tzar beseder. I'm like a donkey. Okay, because this is what I am. To finish this thing, I just want to tell you yesterday.